Guys, it's Scott Duffy. I'm here talking about breakthroughs with my really good friend Michelle Renee. And the thing about Michelle is I've always known her behind the camera. She's the founder of Verb Media. They shoot video content for some of the biggest brands in the training industry around the country. And today Michelle was telling me her story. And I'm like, we got to turn the camera around on you because that is amazing. And you have the opportunity to empower so many people, particularly women out there.
Yeah.
So I have one question. What's your story?
You know, it started in Boston. I came out here to California, grew up in San Diego, but I grew up, and a lot of people, when they meet me now, and I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm a CEO, and I'm a go-getter and a hustler, but that just doesn't always come from a place where you're spoon-fed or whatever. For me, it came from being really poor. I grew up in a very violent household. I grew up with a mom who kind of emotionally detached because it was the only way she knew how to survive. And
when we're talking poor, we're talking no electricity at the time, no water,
Yes.
having to move from house to house. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I remember cooking on the little black hibachis out back. You know, the little tiny little barbecuers called hibachis. We would have to cook our food in a blackened pan on the hibachi, and you know, thinking that, you know, adding hot dogs to the macaroni and cheese was gourmet, right? So, you know, I grew up really poor, and we went through some incredibly challenging times. We're taken away from our parents at one point, had to go live with other people, and it was just really, really challenging. And in order to make money, my brothers and I found a mistletoe tree, and we would pick mistletoe and throw rocks and baseballs up there to knock it down on the ground and collect it up, tie it with little red bows in a little baggie, and sell it door to door. So I had that entrepreneurial spirit in me from the time I can remember from like I was 10. And then we would go get golf balls that the golfers had lost or put into the water. We would dive down and get them and scrub them and make them like brand new and sell them back to the golfers.
Yeah.
So by the time I was 15 and decided I needed to run away from my environment, I literally ran away from sort of that entrepreneurial hunger and sort of forgot about it for a long time, and went full force into my future, and I'm just going to run away from all that and never talk about it and just, you know, stuff it all and move forward in another direction.
Right, and so many people do.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Right, they bury it, they hold it down, and they don't face it head on. And the thing about life is, it always comes back. Right, we have to address that stuff head on.
We do, and a lot of times it takes a catastrophic event to really bring that stuff back up. And for me, that is what happened. I was in banking for 13 years. We ended up being stalked and by gang members. They broke the door to my house down and held me and my daughter hostage for 14 hours and basically tortured us and put bombs on us and forced me to rob the bank in order to save her from being murdered. And
I mean, yeah.
And that, believe it or not, them breaking into our home broke open my past and the violence I had never dealt with, that I grew up with. And so for me, after surviving that event, your book is so perfect breakthrough, because there's a decision we all have to make. You break down or you break through. What's it going to be? For me, in order to raise my daughter from that moment forward in the right way, breakthrough there was no other option in my mind except to heal my entire life. Breakthrough, tap back into the hunger that I felt as an entrepreneur, going door to door with mistletoe and deciding what I want to do with the rest of my life. And that was to start my company, do something I love, tell stories with my lens, with the camera, and live an incredibly authentic, passionate life with no shame, and deal with all of that and be authentic from that moment on. And that's what I did.
You know, our friend David Corbin always says that sunlight is the best disinfectant, right?
Yeah.
So whatever it is that you are not addressing, or that you want to hide from, or you just want to pretend that, shine the brightest light on that you possibly can, right?
Yes.
And when you do that, it's amazing what happens.
100% yes.
And I think that in life, you know, it's like, it's not what happens to us, it's what we do with what happens to us.
Oh my gosh.
And
so much yes.
Right?
So much yes going on right now.
And the people that we spend our time with, you and I, you know, I think one of the things that they're really amazing at is they've learned how to take situations, and it doesn't matter what they are, and they've learned how to repackage them in their mind into something that helps to actually move them forward than hold them back.
Right.
And so the thing is, I would have never known any of what you had just told me, right? Without us just having this conversation with you behind the camera. And the message I have for all of you is this. Share your story. Look, everybody has ups and downs. Everybody has highs and lows. We all have good stuff and bad stuff. It doesn't matter, right? But you have an incredible power right now to have an impact on others. Really to empower others to make breakthroughs in their own lives, in their own businesses by sharing your story. And, you know,
And connecting through vulnerability. I don't
Yeah.
think there's any greater way to connect with people besides being completely vulnerable and authentic and open and honest and breaking through all that stuff and realizing all of that doesn't break us apart, it makes us whole. All of that is what makes us more whole than anything, I think.
all right, so one more question.
Yeah.
If you're talking to women out there, what is, based on your experience, the most empowering thing that you've taken away, the biggest aha moment or breakthrough that you have that has really helped you to be the badass you are today?
For me, honestly, it has been to discover what self-love really is. And self-love for me is loving all of who we are, loving all the experiences we've been through, the mistakes we've made, the craziness we've been through, the whatever we did when we were running from our past that wasn't self-loving, that was destructive. I've been through plenty of that. And not being ashamed by that and not letting that pain and that shame make you curl up into a ball and go hide under a rock, but rather find a way to love all of that about yourself and make sure that that is the thing that makes you shine brighter than anything else.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. You guys, I love you.
Love
Michelle Renee, Verb Media. Pick up your copy of Breakthrough on Tuesday, July 24th, or you can pre-order it today. Go to scottduffy.com or your favorite retailer. And you guys not only have an amazing day, but please, share with us, share with me your breakthroughs.